In this section, we're going to work with a different repository called Mercury. If you want to follow along with me, you can get this repository right below this video. Now, let's look at our history. So here's our initial commit. After that, we have render restaurants, the map. Here we have a wording issue. The word on is missing. So the message should have been render restaurants on the map. So later we'll come back and fix the wording issue. After that, we have fix a typo. This is a common issue that I see quite a lot in people's repositories. Technically, this commit shouldn't be here because we shouldn't have made the typo in the first place. So commits like this are just noise in the history. So later I will show you how to combine these two commits to make our history clean and readable. Now look at the next commit. Change the color of restaurant icons. What's the problem with this? Well, once again, this is part of the same unit of work. So ideally, we should combine all these three commits into a single logical commit. Next, we have add a reference to Google Map SDK. What do you think is the problem with this commit? The problem is the position of this commit in the history. Because here we're rendering the restaurants on Google Map, but then we're adding a reference to Google Map over here. So that means if we check out this commit on its own, our application is not going to work. Because at this point in time, we don't have a reference to Google Map. So here we have two solutions. We should either move this commit down and put it before rendering restaurants, or we can combine these two commits together. After that, we have a work in progress commit. Again, very common issue. I see it all the time. Commits like this are just noise in history. Later in the future, let's say a week or a month from now, if we look at our history to see what was changed and why, we're not going to extract meaningful information from commits like this. So we should either drop this commit or change its message. Now look at the next commit. Update terms of service and Google Map SDK. Here we have a commit that combines two separate kinds of changes. Updating the terms of service got nothing to do with updating Google Map version. So ideally, we should split this commit into two separate commits. Next, we have another work in progress commit followed by a commit with a mysterious message. What does period mean here? Nobody knows. So once again, we should either drop this commit or change its message. So throughout this section, I'm going to show you various tools to clean up this history. We're going to start off by undoing the last two commits. We'll do that next.